The sun rose gently over Umunze, its golden touch awakening the humble town to a new beginning. At number 12 on Yeka Street, a fresh chapter was unfolding. A small truck came to a stop. Out stepped Chinedu, tall, dark, and visibly proud. He held the hand of his wife, Amara, a graceful woman with eyes full of warmth. Behind them came Ada, their bubbly 7-year-old daughter, and their nephew Godwin, 5 years old, full of joy. Their journey had been tough. Chinedu once laboured as a bricklayer under the sun. Amara sold Akara and pap, struggling to keep hope alive. Many nights they slept hungry but never stopped praying. They fasted, they served, they sowed seeds in tears. But today, God crowned their prayers with a home. As they moved boxes into their new house, a shadow watched silently. From across the street stood Mama Ifunanya, short, stout, eyes sharp like a hawk, no smile, no wave, just a long, steady stare. Pause for a moment. What has God brought you through that people don't know? Has He ever surprised you after a season of hardship? Comment below. Now back to the story. From little, they built something. A modest kiosk, God's mercy store. Every loaf, every carton, every sweet wrapped in prayers and hard work. Amara served with a smile that could melt iron. Children laughed, neighbours nodded. But from across the street, eyes watched. Behind a rusty gate, she watched. Mama Ifunanya, the one whose compound knew no laughter, whose children had long gone. Her eyes never blinked, her heart never softened, and in whispers her venom spread. "Don't mind that new woman," she said. "People hide many things in smiles." Soon another kiosk stood opposite Amara's. Faded wood, bitter goods, but one thing was plenty: envy. She smiled at Amara, yes, but her smile held thorns. And when customers turned to God's mercy store, her heart turned colder. Then came the celebration. A child is born, a son. Ejike, friends gathered, drums echoed. Amara danced with joy overflowing. But the woman across the street, her windows stayed shut. Her heart burned with quiet rage. And that night she spoke not to God, but to something else. In the shadows of the forest, she knelt. Before a shrine of bones and smoke, she poured her hatred like oil. "Make her cry as I have cried," she whispered. The native doctor gave her powder and promise. Evil had found a carrier, and she returned home with death, tucked in her wrapper. It began like any other morning. The sun rose, the oil sizzled, laughter danced, until, "Mummy, Ejike inside the water." Time froze, screams pierced the compound, tiny lifeless body, blue, still. Amara screamed until her voice shattered. Chinedu crumbled to the floor, and neighbours stood, helpless. Whispers filled the air. "This is not ordinary." A neighbour stepped forward. "I saw her, pouring something at their gate. I saw her." And the village turned. To the gate, to the woman who never blinked. Mama Ifunanya emerged and spat. "Go and ask your God why he took your child." But her voice trembled, because heaven had heard. The same woman who mocked tears now walked the streets barefoot, hair unkempt, words senseless. "He cries in my dreams," she shouted. "I didn't mean to kill him." Children ran, doors closed, madness held her hand and never let go. She was seen sleeping under bridges, her wrapper torn, her glory gone. For what you sow, you shall reap. Seasons passed, tears dried, and God restored. Another sun came, laughter returned, the shop expanded. God's Mercy Superstore stood tall, a monument to grace. And on a small grave marked Ejike, Heaven's Angel. Amara laid fresh flowers, smiled and whispered, "Weeping endured for a night, but joy came in the morning." Thank you for watching. Prayer, type, "God, expose every hidden evil against my family." Declare Psalm 35 in the comments. Contend, O Lord, with those who contend with me. See you in our next video. Bye for now.